Imagine a summer evening in eastern North Carolina. The light is going soft and golden. Somewhere down the street, a grill is warming up, and the smell of charcoal drifts through the warm evening air. On the grill, a few hot dogs are slowly cooking, and these hot dogs are red. Not the ordinary pinkish-brown of most hot dogs. These are a deep, vivid, fire engine red. The color, as one writer put it, of a particularly rich sunset. If you grew up in this part of the country, a red hot dog isn't strange at all. It's simply what a hot dog is. It's what your grandmother fried up for Sunday supper. It's what you ate between innings at the local ballpark. It's so familiar that a brown hot dog looks like the odd one out. But to a visitor passing through, that bright red color is a surprise, a delightful one. And it has a story behind it. A story that begins more than 80 years ago, in a small town called Smithfield. Let's drift back now to the year 1939. In Smithfield, North Carolina, a small farming town in Johnston County, a man named John Jones, originally from Claxton, Georgia, gathered together a group of local businessmen. And on a December day in 1939, they founded a new company. They called it the Carolina Packing Company. It was a practical idea, born of a farming community's needs. The area was full of farmers raising hogs and cattle, and they needed somewhere local to bring their livestock, a market, close to home. Many of those very farmers became some of the company's first shareholders. It was, from the very beginning, a business woven into the life of the town. A couple of years later, in 1941, the company took the name it still carries today, Carolina Packers. And it was around that time that they began making the product that would make them famous. A simple frankfurter made of beef and pork, with a quiet blend of herbs and spices. For the next 50 years, the company processed the local farmers' beef and pork into hams and bacon and country sausage and bologna and those hot dogs. The business grew slowly and steadily, the way things do in a small town. It became a place to work, a place to sell your livestock, a steady and familiar part of Smithfield life. And through all those years, and all the way to today, that little hot dog has stayed almost exactly the same. Now, you may be wondering the same thing that every visitor wonders. Why red? It's a gentle little mystery, and the truth of it is charmingly simple. Back in 1941, the founder, Mr. Jones, wanted his hot dogs to stand out. There were other hot dogs on the market, after all. He wanted his to be noticed, to be seen as something special, a genuine Southern hot dog, different from all the rest, and so he made them red. The company has said, over the years, that the reasoning may have been as plain as this. A bright red shiny car catches your eye on the road. So perhaps a bright red hot dog would catch your eye too. A little flash of color to say, here is something worth noticing. The red itself comes from food coloring, the very same kind that gives a red velvet cake its color, or tints the breakfast cereals and the sodas and the sweets we all know. A simple touch, added during the making, and the moment a batch of these Franks takes on its signature red, happens in a noisy room toward the back of the winding old plant. A moment that is, in truth, far less poetic than the lovely sunset color that comes out of it. But the result, after all these years, is something close to magic. At least to the people who love them. The tradition grew so strong over the decades that many locals today won't even consider a brown hot dog. The red one is simply the hot dog. The real one. The right one. There's one more small puzzle worth resting on, here in the quiet. The company is called Carolina Packers, but the hot dogs aren't sold under that name. On the package, a simple 1-pound bag, you'll find two other words and a little drawing of a tobacco leaf. The words are bright leaf. Why bright leaf? The answer is rooted, like the company itself, in the soil of North Carolina. In those early years, the local economy was built on tobacco, and the stretch of old highway in Smithfield, where the plant stands, had long been known as Brightleaf Boulevard, named for the many tobacco warehouses that lined the road through town in the 1940s. Bright leaf was the name of a kind of tobacco, cured golden and bright. So many of the company's own customers and suppliers were tobacco farmers themselves. And so the company took that name, Bright Leaf, and put a tobacco leaf on the logo, as a quiet nod to the farming heritage all around them. A way of saying, we are from here. We are part of this place. It's a small thing, a name on a bag, but it carries the whole history of a region in it. The tobacco, the farms, the small town, the family business, all folded quietly into two words and a little drawing of a leaf. And so the years went by. In 1997, the company stopped its slaughtering operations and chose instead to focus on what it did best, that family of bright leaf products, with the famous red hot dog at the heart of it. The hot dogs are still made the old-fashioned way, fresh and local, in small batches, with beef and pork and that same quiet blend of spices. They're made so fresh and with so little to preserve them that they don't last long, only a few weeks. From the making on one day, to the grocery shelf a couple of days later, to a family's kitchen soon after. The big national brands may boast that their hot dogs keep for 100 days. But that was never the point here. Here, the point was simply to make something good and fresh and local, the way it had always been done. And the people of eastern North Carolina have kept on loving them. They fry them for Sunday supper. They grill them in the backyard on a warm evening. They eat them at the ballpark on a summer night. Some, if we're being honest, even sneak one cold, straight from the refrigerator. If you order one at a local stand all the way, everyone knows exactly what you mean. Mustard, chili, slaw, and onions. It's not just food. In this corner of the world, it's a small and cheerful piece of home. And if you ever find yourself driving the old highway, down through Smithfield, past the place where the tobacco warehouses once stood, you can stop at a little country store and pick up a bag for yourself. A simple red hot dog, made the same way, in the same town, for more than 80 years. And so we come to the end of our small, quiet story. A man, a town, and a bright red hot dog. A family business that grew up among the tobacco farms of North Carolina, and stayed and kept making the same simple thing, with the same care, for generation after generation. There's something restful in a story like that, isn't there? Something steady. The world rushes on and changes again. And yet, in a small town in North Carolina, on a warm summer evening, someone is still grilling a little red hot dog, just the way their grandmother did. Some good and simple things just stay. There's nothing more to do tonight, nothing to remember. The grill has gone cool. The evening has gone soft and dark. The little town is settling in for the night. Let your breath grow slow. Let your body grow heavy and warm, like a summer evening fading gently into night. Let every thought drift away, soft and easy.